All right, so we got the new buyer broker agreement, also known as the buyer agency agreement. But what do buyers actually need to know about it? Stay tuned and we're going to cover that today. Hey guys, Cameron Stewart here with the Homes by Cameron Stewart Real Estate team powered by eXp Realty. Whether you like it or not, the new buyer broker agreement is here as of August 2024. And it's important that we understand every aspect of how it affects buying and selling real estate. Today, we're going to take an in-depth dive into this from a buyer's perspective. And we're going to break it down so we can get through the weeds, get down to the basics, and know what we need to know so we can make better, more informed decisions when buying real estate. All right, folks, so let's start with a breakdown of some of the individual clauses within the buyer broker agreement. And we're going to start with exclusive representation. Exclusive representation, what does this mean for the buyers? Very simply put, it means that you can rest assured that the buyer's agent works for you and not the seller. What's the purpose of this? It provides clarity that that agent works for you, and if there are multiple agents involved in a transaction, which there generally is, a listing agent representing the seller and a buyer's agent representing the buyer, who works for who? And more importantly, that the buyer's agent works for you. Scope of service. What does this mean for buyers? It means that the agent is going to clearly outline what they're going to do for you, whether it's show you houses, write comparative market analyses, draft offers for you, get you to the closing table, etc. The purpose of this is that it provides clarity on the agent's responsibilities and ensures that the buyer knows what the agent is going to do for you. Next is compensation. The agreement is clearly going to define not only how much your agent is going to be compensated, but most importantly, who is going to compensate your agent. The purpose of this is to help provide more clarity when negotiations occur for commissions, okay? When you're negotiating on the purchase price of a house as a buyer, you should know whether or not the seller is going to pay your buyer's agent out of the proceeds or whether you're going to need to pay for that. Duration of the agreement is another one. The agreement is going to have an expiration date of some sort. So after that expiration date, you are free to go as a buyer, you're free to go find another agent. You can extend that relationship with the existing agent if you'd like as well. Each agent will determine with their respective clients how long their buyer broker agreement is good for. Generally speaking, we're looking at 3 to 6 months. That's generally the time frame people look for homes. You don't buy the first home you look at, generally speaking. Termination clause is another one. Each buyer broker agreement is going to have a termination clause. I believe it's important for the buyer to understand what the termination clause is prior to signing so you can potentially fire your agent if they're not providing the services that are outlined to you. Fiduciary duties are important as well. Prior to the buyer broker agreement, sometimes it was not easily known to the buyer who their agent actually owes fiduciary responsibilities to. There are some cases where an agent can, for lack of better terms, represent a buyer or work with a buyer in a transaction, I should say, but actually owe fiduciary responsibilities to the seller. So the buyer broker agreement will further clarify that the buyer's agent actually works for the buyer. So the buyer broker agreement is also going to help clarify the individual agent's responsibilities because believe it or not, the agent's responsibilities don't stop with just talking with or conversing with the buyer. So one of the things you can expect is help finding properties. Of course, you're going to expect that your agent sets you up on an MLS search or multiple listing service search to help you actually search for properties in an effective way. You're going to expect that your agent turns the key to let you into the houses for a showing so you can see the properties. So finding properties is definitely something you're going to want to make sure you clarify with your agent. Another one is negotiating offers. Is your agent going to help negotiate offers with you? Believe it or not, there are some agents out there that they're not the best negotiators or they're not really interested in negotiating offers and they just want to show houses. I would personally look for an agent who's proficient in negotiating offers and looks forward to negotiating offers and furthermore outlines that on their buyer broker agreement. And finally, is your agent going to coordinate with other professionals? Meaning, are they going to get you under contract and just say, hey, see you later? Or are they going to help coordinate with the title company and the attorneys and other industry professionals to help move the closing along slowly. That's very important to understand whether your agent is going to provide you what we call red carpet or white glove service, or whether they're just going to do an a la carte, hey, here you go. We're under contract, deal with it on your own. This is very important to understand what your agent is going to provide you in terms of services. This is also going to help build trust through clear and concise agreements. Transparency, commitment, and accountability are key here. Transparency is going to help outline the agent's responsibilities and help reduce ambiguity and make sure that you understand what the agent is expected to provide you. Commitment. The exclusivity of this agreement allows the buyer to know that their agent is fully committed to helping them find a home. And finally, accountability. This agreement also dictates to the agent that they must fulfill their fiduciary responsibilities to their clients. These three factors are key and a huge game changer for buyers. The buyer broker agreement is also going to help you by making better informed decisions. And that starts with informed financial planning. You really can't plan for the finances regarding a real estate purchase if you don't know A, how much the commissions are, or B, who's paying the commissions. Your agent should also help you understand market dynamics. The market is always changing. Part of the responsibilities, in my opinion, of a buyer's agent is to help educate their buyers as to the changing market dynamics. How does that actually play out? Well, sometimes that plays out by the agent having to tell the hard truth to their buyer client. I'm so sorry. I don't think we have a good chance on getting the house at this price, but here's why. And here's what we can do to protect ourselves while making a great offer. If you're putting in offers in 2025 the same way you were in 2021, I don't think that's a good idea. Market dynamics are always changing, and it's important that your agent helps educate you on those market dynamics. Confidence and representation is also key. When you know that you have an agent that's working for you and has your best interest in mind, you're going to rest at ease when you're looking at homes. It's going to be a lot easier for you to go through the home search process knowing that you have someone who has your back and has fiduciary responsibilities to you, the buyer. And finally, a negotiation advantage. You know that the agent works for you. You know how much the commissions are. You know whether or not you're paying them or the seller's paying them. That's going to empower you in negotiation more than anything ever has. So in conclusion, guys, the buyer broker agreement is more than just an agreement. It's a foundational tool, okay? It's going to help clearly define an agent's responsibilities to their buyers. It's going to help clearly define the commission structure and who's paying for it. If you have any further questions about buyer broker agreements, please give me a call directly at 315-351-2765. Remember to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this video with a friend or family member that you think this could help. I'm always trying to offer more value to my listeners and viewers. This is Cameron Stewart with the Homes by Cameron Stewart Real Estate Team, powered by eXp Realty.